Hello everyone, welcome to my new news segment called Tech News. Let's get started with our first news. So our first news comes from OnePlus, where they reported that they are going to launch the OnePlus 6 with a wireless earphones. So with their latest device OnePlus 6 coming soon, reports reveal that OnePlus may launch OnePlus 6 sometime around the last of May or the start of April. Along with OnePlus 6, OnePlus will also launch a wireless headphone called OnePlus Bullets Wireless, as well as Nashville Chatterclass, which are weird names. The upcoming OnePlus Bullets wireless headphone has already been listed on Bluetooth SIG certification site, hinting at the imminent launch. However, OnePlus has said that they will continue to give a 3.5mm headphone jack. While companies like Apple are ditching headphone jacks, OnePlus has said that they will return the 3.5mm headphone jack for the OnePlus 6. The co-founder Carl Pei has conducted polls on Twitter asking everyone if they like the 3.5mm jack or not. And by the results, customers do want headphone jacks on their phones. That's why OnePlus decided to keep the headphones in their latest phone. So the next news comes from Monday, where the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, is meeting a group of tech and media CEOs this week, including Google's co-founder Sergey Brin and CEO Sundar Pichai, and also visit the Apple CEO Tim Cook. They are reportedly there to discuss and establish a research and development and training center for Saudi youth and enhancing the cooperation in cyber security. This is his interest in the tech sectors comes from the part of Vision 2030 plan in Saudi Arabia, which is a plan to reduce oil dependency and focus more towards the future. Another news comes from WhatsApp, where the WhatsApp has denied that it collects data from users. As you may have heard that Facebook has recently been in a data scandal with the British firm Cambridge Analytica, so many users have expressed a concern that their WhatsApp data may be exposed. WhatsApp responded saying that it collects very minute data and every message is end-to-end encrypted. However, many people in the tech sector are also saying that WhatsApp may actually be mining some data, including the WhatsApp call records and your video call records. Our next news comes from MIT, where the researchers have created a new device which can let people hear what you say in your head. It looks like a white weird gadget strapped to your head, and I will show you the picture right now. And this can detect the neuromuscular signals that get triggered when you sub-vocalize, that is, talk in your head. But it may be used in future like in Google Assistant or Siri. However, its main benefit comes from the fact that those who are unable to speak will be able to communicate with us without any other sign language or any other such means. Now next news comes from India, where the Bangalore-based startup company Team Indus has decided to continue in the Lunar X Prize race to the moon, which was previously funded by Google. The competition was taken down, but it has recently been relaunched without a monetary prize after it was cancelled in January. But before that, it had a $1 billion award for any company that would launch on the lunar surface. However, the competition is only for private funded teams who can land a robotic spacecraft on the moon surface, travel 500 meters, and transmit data back to Earth. Our next news comes from Russia, where Russia will block the Telegram app over refusal to allow spying. Russia has filed a lawsuit to block the Telegram messaging app, which is a similar app to WhatsApp, in the country, as the platform refused to give users data to the Federal Security Service, which is the main investigation agency in Russia. Telegram had refused to comply with Russia's demand, citing that they respect their users' policy, unlike Facebook. And our next news comes from the Virgin Galactic, which finished its first powered flight since the 2014 crash. Virgin Galactic's Spaceship Two VSS Unity has successfully completed its first supersonic rocket-powered flight since it crashed in 2014. The plane had crashed during a test flight, killing one of the pilots. Notably, Unity was launched mid-flight by a larger plane called White Knight 2 at an altitude of 46,500 feet. Our next news comes from Microsoft, where they have upgraded an AI-powered social chatbot in China with a feature that they can interrupt users' chat for a more natural experience. So what has happened that Microsoft had actually released a chatbot in China to test its new AI, and they have upgraded it a bit so that it acts in a more human-like way. And our next news comes from Tinder, as Tinder faces many issues due to the fact that Facebook login stopped working for all Tinder users who were registered through Facebook. However, the reason cited has been that Facebook has recently made some privacy changes. Our next news comes from YouTube, where many YouTube videos have seemingly fallen prey to hackers, even as the number of high-profile music videos have been defaced, some deleted, including Luis Fonsi's Despacito, which had become the YouTube's most watched video, gaining 5 billion views. However, it was deleted, and before that, the video's thumbnail was changed with a masked gang holding guns. The description of the video was changed as well, and lots of other popular music videos were also defaced, and many videos posted by Vico accounts are the worst affected. These lists include videos from Chris Brown, DJ Snake, Shakira, Selena Gomez, Katy Perry and Taylor Swift, and many others. Our next news comes from China, where a China-based firm VVFly Electronics have developed a smart anti-snoring mask called the Snore Circle, priced at nearly 9,700 rupees. The mask features an 80 mAh battery that can detect snoring through bone conduction and reduce snoring by giving out vibrations at 36 levels. Users can also monitor and analyze their snoring and sleeping data through the Snore Circle app. Our next news comes from Dubai, where they are planning to begin trials for digital license plates and in vehicles which include a GPS transmitter, according to the reports. Dubai's Transport Authority said that these devices can alert authorities during an accident or change displays if the car is stolen. It will also allow automatic deduction of fines, parking fees, or renewing registration plates from users' account. Our next news comes from Google, where Google is decided on buying a technology which allows for very fast internet on airplanes. This technology is currently owned by Nokia, and there are advanced talks with Nokia's airborne broadband system company called Gogo. Our next news comes from WhatsApp, where WhatsApp is looking to hire a head of India for the first time. The position requires a person to be a heavy user of WhatsApp products and have at least 15 years of experience in product-driven companies. Our next news also comes from OnePlus, where OnePlus has come out with another teaser for the OnePlus 6. OnePlus 6 has released another teaser for the OnePlus 6, which at first looks like the OnePlus 5T, but on a closer examination is OnePlus 6. Our next news comes from Mauritania, where the country of Mauritania lost internet for 2 days after the African Coast to Europe submarine cable, which carried internet, was damaged. However, this also resulted in connectivity drops for at least 10 neighboring countries, and the cable system stretches for 17,000 kilometers from France to South Africa, connecting 22 countries. Our next news comes from France, where the France University of Nantes have unveiled what they claim to be the world's first 3D printed public housing. The team built the house in just 18 days using a robot 3D printer named Batty Print 3D before filling the hollow walls with cement. The 5-room property will accommodate a local family which qualifies for social housing from June. Chrome, Firefox, and Microsoft Edge have agreed to support fingerprints, voice authentication, and facial recognition for signing into online accounts. The standard protocol is called WebAuthn, introduced by Internet Standards Organization W3C and FIDO Alliance. It will prompt users for an authorization gesture instead of having enter the password manually. Our next news comes from USA, where researchers at University of California have come to create a chip which can be embedded in user skin to monitor their intake of alcohol and potential other substances. The device works by stimulating precipitations and transmitting the alcohol levels to connected cell phones. Our next news comes from Sweden, where 2-kilometer road that charges vehicle while they are moving have been opened for public use in Sweden. The energy is transferred from 2 tracks of rail in the road via a movable arm attached to the vehicle's bottom and automatically disconnects when the road ends. The system can calculate consumed energy and enables electricity cost to be debited. Another news comes from Facebook, where Facebook has announced that it will label all political advertisements and the label will include information on who has paid for them. And it has also said that advertisers who will run political ads or issue ads, as they like to call them, will need to be verified. And another news comes from Facebook, where Facebook has confirmed that it scans users' chat and photos on Messenger, and even the links that you send on Messenger. However, it has also claimed that the system is automated and it's not like a person sits behind a computer and watches everything you say. However, they have also claimed that they don't listen to your voice and video calls. However, Facebook also clarified that it doesn't listen to users' voice and video calls. And our another news comes from Facebook, where Facebook asked some hospitals to give anonymous data of their patients, including their illness, their prescription, for proposed research project. Our next news also comes from Facebook, where Facebook has disallowed searching for users by their phone number. So Facebook before had a feature where if you enter a person's number and they had given it in their profile, then you can search that person using their phone number, which has now been disabled amidst the data scandal. Another news kind of related to Facebook, where Jack Ma, the CEO of Alibaba, has said that we should not kill Facebook over its one mistake. He said that we should not kill the company because of these problems, adding that it is time to fix the problem. Ma also said that it is the time for Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO, to take it really seriously. Our next news comes related to Facebook, where Edward Snowden recently tweeted, "And they call me a criminal," responding to a tweet by Alan Rappaport saying Zuckerberg is not able to give a straight answer about whether Facebook tracks browsing activity after users log off. Our next news also comes from related Facebook, where 100 life-size cardboard cutouts of Zuckerberg were put in the US Capitol lawn. An advocacy group, Avaz, has placed 100 life-size cardboard cutouts of the Facebook CEO on the lawn outside White House. The cardboard cutouts read "Fix Facebook." This came while Zuckerberg testified before the US Congress over the recent data controversy surrounding the social media major. Our next news comes from Facebook, where the CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, recently said that they will try to ensure that the recent elections going to be held in India and Pakistan will not be influenced like the ones in US. This comes after it was reported 500,000 users in India were also exposed. Our next news is from Apple's, where Apple is working on a touchless gesture-controlled curved screen for future iPhone. However, the technology will take at least 2 years if Apple did actually want to launch an iPhone or a smartwatch with that technology. Our next news also comes from Apple, where Apple has announced that its global facilities are powered by 100% clean energy, including data centers, offices, and retail stores in 43 countries. After years of hard work, we are proud to have reached this significant milestone, the company's CEO Tim Cook said. And another news comes from Apple's co-founder Steve Wozniak, who was previously employed in Facebook and has said that he will leave Facebook. He said users provide every detail of their life to Facebook, and Facebook makes a lot of advertising money off of this. He also said that Apple makes money off good products, not off you. He added the remark and further emphasized that with Facebook, you are the product. Our next news comes from Apple, where Apple has been ordered by a US court to pay $502 million to security technology company Vertex for infringing patents for security communications. These copyright claims were filed in 2010, where Vertex claimed that Apple's FaceTime, VPN on demand, and iMessage features infringe on its 4 patents.